The video today is about renders. Blender has 3 render engines, but there's only 2 you need to know about. Eevee is Blender's real-time rendering engine. This makes it fast, but unable to handle complex tasks such as ray tracing. The other important rendering engine is Cycles. Cycles is physics-based, so lighting, reflection, and shadows will be accurate to real life, at the cost of taking a lot longer to render. Cycles is also able to render with GPU acceleration. We can set this up by clicking on Edit, Preference, and System. Here, you can enable your GPU rendering device and choose between available GPU acceleration options. I find CUDA and optics to be fastest, but it can vary between devices. On the right side of the screen, navigate to the television icon on the vertical toolbar. This gives you render settings for your file. In the sampling drop-down, you will see 2 nearly identical panels, labeled Viewport and Render. Viewport is the settings for what you see directly in front of you. It's useful to keep these settings low to stop your computer from getting too hot. Below it are the render settings which apply when you want to create your final image. It's nice to keep these settings high so you get a good result. Denoise is a function that makes your picture look better, but can take a fair bit of extra time. It's useful to keep denoise off in your viewport and on in your render. Below the TV icon in the vertical toolbar is a printer icon. These are your output settings. Here, you can see the camera resolution and aspect ratio, as well as the frame rate and what time your animations might stop or end. If we adjust the X and Y resolutions, we can change the aspect ratio of the camera. Below frame range are output folder settings. This tells you where images will go when you render them, as well as their file type. One thing you might notice if you set your resolution very high is that your image will render in tiles. This is a way of conserving system memory. You can edit what threshold tiling begins in the Performance tab of the render settings.